Hi, welcome to Nigel K's Tomato Growing. It's week 6. This week we're going to show you how I feed my tomatoes again. As I say, we have discussed in previous weeks about a balanced feed. Now the tomatoes are swelling a bit more, and I'll just show you these trusses here. Now the tomatoes are starting to do well. Basically, nearly every tomato on that trusses came and formed. That's down to us tapping them every morning and depollinating the flowers. I've got another truss full there. As I say, they're coming nice and they're starting to swell lovely as they should be. More here. So effectively, as these tomatoes start to swell quite quickly, they're going to become very hungry and they're going to need quite a bit more feeding now. So what we're going to turn to now is a feed which is higher in potash. Now the one I'm using is basically a 1-1-3 now. Where we've used 1-1-1 in the past, this is now a 1-1-3. The 3 being the potash. The potash element is higher and it's more of a specialist tomato food, this particular one we're using now with a higher potash. So I'm going to show you how I do mine. So I've got that's a 10ml scoop. So effectively it's 1 ml per litre of water, and that's a 10 litre watering can. So this is me 1-1-3 tomato food, and it's basically an 11-11-30. So that's 11 parts nitrogen, 11 parts phosphorus, and 30 parts potash. It also includes trace elements. It also includes 3 parts magnesium as well, because magnesium is very important when we're feeding. So effectively I've got a can of water here ready. So I put in 1 scoop, 1 10ml scoop of the tomato food in, and also our liquid seaweed we've been feeding once a week, and this is the one I use. This is my Grow Lot 50% seaweed extract. Now because we're going to start feeding with tomato feed twice a week and we're still feeding with seaweed once a week, it's going to be quite hard to fit everything in. So seaweed and tomato food mix quite well together. So you can put these both into one watering can once a week, so you feed once a week. So this is the seaweed I use. It's very thick, it's very concentrated, and it's very dark. As you can see there as I'm pouring it in. Again, this is a 10ml scoop. So I've got one scoop of liquid seaweed going in there as well. Because it sticks to there, I'll just give it a little wash in the water to clean my spoon off. You can see how concentrated and how thick it is. It's sticking to the spoon. It's very, very economical because it's a very, very strong seaweed. So now we've got them both in there like that. So it's my faithful old stirring stick. Just give it a stir there, just to get the crystals dissolved in the water, and also mix that liquid seaweed through like that. As I say, we need to be feeding twice a week with the tomato food and once a week with the liquid seaweed. So effectively, once a week, it's quite okay to put the seaweed and the tomato food in together. So effectively, we start watering. As you can see how nice and rich and dark that is with the seaweed. This water nice from the bottom. Give them a good drink. As I say, watering as well depends on the weather. If you get a week of raining, then naturally you're only going to be watering or feeding 2 to 3 times a week. But if the weather's nice and the greenhouse is warm, then we're going to be feeding still twice a week, but watering maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And just test that yourself by feeling around the plants. If the plants are feeling dry and the compost in the bag is feeling quite dry, then you know that it does water, you need to water. If you've had a few rainy days and they say feel the top and the compost is wet and it's wet on there, then naturally you'll skip that day, you won't water, you'll check it the day after. Other things we should be watching out for as well this time of year is check on the underside of the tomato leaves, because we need to be checking for green fly, black fly and white fly. As I say, so far I'm lucky, these all seem clear. So we don't seem to have a problem with green fly, black fly or white fly at the minute. But that's something we need to keep an eye on. Basically every day we need to keep looking and check them every day to make sure that there's nothing there. Other jobs for this week, as I've repeatedly said, carry on tapping to get them pollinated. This needs to be done morning and night time. And as we pollinate and get everything through, we should end up trusses that's fully formed of tomatoes, because effectively each one of them flowers has pollinated and we've got a tomato, and that's how it should be. So carry on doing that. Again, remove side shoots. Side shoots grow in between the main stem and the leaf. Once these get a couple of inches in height, nip them away and get them out of the way. Carry on tying up. Keep them tied up, keep them neat, keep them tidy. As I say, keep the greenhouse floor tidy. Not any vegetation, anything you drop, pick it up, because that encourages disease. Also, keep the windows open, even if it's raining. It's still mild, it's still warm this time of year. As I say, on warm days, open the windows wide-ish. On cooler days, wet days, just open them slightly, but keep that flow of air going through, because it's very important to stop any fungal diseases, mildews and things like that. Well, thanks very much for watching. As I say, tune in again next week and we'll see how the tomatoes are looking next week. Thank you. Bye bye.